Let us now move to an important concept in the teaching learning process known as the levels of teaching, often described as the cognitive interchange. Teaching is a purposeful activity in which the teacher aims to bring about a desirable change in the learner. Teaching and learning are closely interconnected processes, and the ultimate goal of both is the overall development of the learner's personality. During teaching, an interaction takes place between an experienced individual, the teacher, and an inexperienced individual, the student. The central objective of this interaction is behavioral change in the learner, which can occur at different cognitive levels. Broadly, teaching takes place at three levels: the memory level, the understanding level, and the reflective level. We begin with the memory level of teaching, which is considered the first and the lowest level. Memory refers to the basic human ability to store and recall information, and teaching at this level primarily focuses on memorization. It is often described as the most mechanical or thoughtless level of teaching because there is very little scope for thinking or reasoning. At this level, students mainly memorize facts, definitions, and formulas, while the teacher plays the dominant role and students remain passive recipients of information. The teaching material is carefully planned, sequential, and tightly controlled. From a psychological perspective, memory level teaching still falls under cognitive learning, but it lacks depth and insight. An important exam-focused idea here is that at the memory level of teaching, the activities of structuring, guiding, and closely supervising students' behavior dominate. Another frequently tested point is that lower-level learning outcomes are the main focus at this stage. Teaching at the memory level relies heavily on rote memorization, recall of facts, and repetition, and it does not promote critical thinking or problem solving. Learners are expected to reproduce information exactly as taught, which is why exam questions often emphasize that memory level teaching focuses on recalling facts and formulas. Despite its limitations, memory level teaching has certain merits. It can be useful for young learners or students who possess strong rote memory skills. It allows the teacher to decide and present subject matter systematically and helps lay a basic foundation for higher levels of learning. In many cases, memory level teaching prepares students for understanding level and reflective level teaching by providing essential factual knowledge. However, it also has notable drawbacks. It does not develop students' intellectual abilities, offers little real-life application, encourages cramming, enforces rigid discipline, and often neglects motivation and independent thinking. Moving beyond memorization, we now arrive at the understanding level of teaching, which represents a higher and more thoughtful stage of learning. Understanding means grasping the meaning of information, recognizing its significance, and seeing how ideas are connected. In education and psychology, understanding involves seeing the total use of facts, identifying relationships among them, and developing generalized insight. Compared to memory level teaching, understanding level teaching is more valuable in terms of mental development and cognitive growth. At this level, the teacher explains relationships between facts and principles and helps students apply these principles to different situations. Students must cross the barrier of simple memorization and actively engage with the content. Understanding level teaching discourages rote learning and promotes meaningful learning. Here, students build new knowledge on the basis of what they already know, and generalizations are drawn from facts and then applied to real-life contexts. Several exam questions highlight the features of this level. Teaching at the understanding level focuses on explaining relationships between facts and principles rather than encouraging deep reflection or critical evaluation. Giving a large number of positive and negative examples, discussing similarities and differences, and helping students see relationships among facts are considered the best strategies for understanding level teaching. Teachers encourage learners to express ideas in their own words, interpret meanings differently, and recognize patterns. Promotion of scope for seeking relationships among facts and ideas is a central concern at this level, and this idea has appeared repeatedly in exams, learner behavior at the understanding level includes restating information in their own words, providing original examples, and interpreting concepts meaningfully. The main aim of this level is to help students identify relationships and patterns among facts. Exam-oriented discussions often summarize this level by stating that understanding level teaching is based on acquiring factual information, seeing relationships, comprehending ideas, forming generalizations, and applying them to life situations. Understanding level teaching also has clear advantages. It encourages independent thinking, helps students truly understand concepts instead of memorizing them, and lays a strong foundation for reflective level teaching. Knowledge at this level is presented in an organized and logical manner, making learning more meaningful. However, it also has limitations. It tends to remain subject-centered and may restrict deeper teacher-student interaction. We now move to the reflective level of teaching, which is regarded as the highest and most advanced level in the teaching learning process. Reflective teaching is often associated with introspection, meaning deep and careful thinking over a sustained period of time. At this level, learning goes far beyond memorization or basic understanding. Instead, it emphasizes thoughtful inquiry, critical examination, and the ability to deal with complex ideas. Reflective level teaching is achieved only after learners have crossed the memory and understanding levels, making it the most mature and intellectually demanding form of instruction. At the reflective level, students are encouraged to confront real-life situations and analyze them critically. Teaching here focuses on identifying problems, exploring alternatives, and arriving at reasoned solutions. The process helps learners develop originality, creativity, and independent thinking. Students do not merely accept information, they question it, analyze it, and evaluate it. The teacher's role at this level becomes democratic and supportive, guiding discussion rather than controlling it. Communication follows a transactional pattern, where ideas move freely between teacher and students, a point that has been directly asked in exams and clearly distinguishes reflective teaching from memory level teaching. A central feature of reflective level teaching is problem solving. Students actively analyze problems, select relevant facts and principles, and draw logical inferences and conclusions. These processes are essential for the development of critical and logical thinking skills, a concept repeatedly highlighted in exam questions. Reflective level teaching involves the use of higher order thinking skills as outlined in Bloom's taxonomy and aims to cultivate the ability to think independently and make informed decisions. In fact, one of the widely accepted objectives of higher education is to promote critical and creative thinking abilities, and reflective teaching directly serves this purpose. At this level, learning stresses the critical sifting of ideas at the highest cognitive stage. Issues are discussed through dialogue, debate, and academic exchange to arrive at rational and well-supported solutions. Examiners often emphasize that reflective teaching is characterized by personalization, interaction, and advanced cognitive exchange. When reflective teaching is effective, students gain broader, validated insights and demonstrate a stronger capacity to independently analyze and resolve problems. The communication process here is highly active and interactive, involving continuous feedback, discussion, and reflection. An open classroom environment plays a crucial role in reflective teaching. An atmosphere marked by sharing, caring, and mutual respect between teachers and students is considered most conducive for this level, a point frequently asked in exams. The basic requirement for organizing teaching at the reflective level is helping students explore problems, raise meaningful questions, and discover solutions through reasoning. Reflective teaching involves both problem raising and problem solving, and it also supports the autonomous development of learners, including their emotional and affective growth. Reflective level teaching offers several advantages. It is learner-centered rather than teacher or subject-centered, and it strongly encourages meaningful teacher-student interaction. This level is especially suitable for higher classes, higher education, and mature learners who are capable of abstract thinking. Compared to memory and understanding levels, reflective teaching is more thoughtful, meaningful, and intellectually rewarding. However, it also has limitations. It may not be suitable for young children or learners at lower levels, and the study material at this stage may appear less structured or formally planned, as learning emerges through inquiry and discussion rather than fixed sequences.